Yo, what's the deal, fam? It's your man East, top of the morning on that morning walk. Hope you all are doing well out there. Let's talk that Raekwon, the Chef new album, The Emperor's New Clothes, dropping July 18th, which is midnight. I talk about it some more because the rollout, the marketing, because some of you don't like the rollout word, it's been utterly trash if we're being honest. So, as hip hop fans, let's speak about it. Album's gonna be featuring Ghostface, Nas, Westside Gunn, Benny the Butcher, Method Man, Marsha, Stacey Barth, Inspector Deck. I may be forgetting someone, but of all those features, with the exception of Nas, who are you looking forward to the most? I would have to go with Method Man because he's been killing joints for the last year and a half. Sounds energetic on all the features he's been on that I've listened to, so I'm looking forward to that collaboration. As far as production goes, from what I've seen, I think they got Swiss on there, Justice League, Knots, VA's very own, Frank G and Rozart. No RZA. I could be forgetting someone else, but no RZA involved. If that's what you're asking or looking for. First off, Swiss and Raekwon is not something I had on my bucket list or even something I would want to listen to, but I'll give it a listen, but my expectations for that are not very high. Knots is who he is. Knots got something for everybody, man. Like, he's a beat maker. Sample flips, bass lines. That should be interesting. Justice League, gonna bring that cinematic, regal feel. Looking for that as well. Overall, I'm just hoping that we just get dope beats and rhymes, But with a title like that, it gotta be some something, a story behind it, I'm assuming. But with Wu language, you just never know, man. Like, it could just be something he thought of and say, you know what, it's gonna be the title of the album. But of those producers that I named, who are you looking forward to? I heard a little snippet from my IG page maybe about a week ago. What y'all think about that joint? I don't know, man. The album's on its way. It'll be here shortly. I'm gonna support it. This is one of them joints I'm gonna stream first. If I like it, then I'll purchase it, because I've been given no incentive to do otherwise, It's been a while since Raekwon had a new project out. 2016, 17, The Wild. I think that's the name of the album, right? That may be his last solo album. So we're approaching almost a decade. And man, I just gotta be honest. The fact that no one knows this album is coming out it's absurd to me. And I get it, he's on tour, but you can go on tour and make stops and do interviews and do visuals, and it's almost as if you're doing the album just to do it. Like you put a post up to pre-order the album. I would pre-order if you seemed as though you was enthusiastic about your own work. But the way they're going about it, I don't know if they got some master plan within the next 6 hours to amp up anticipation, but I just don't see it. I'm gonna press play, I'm gonna give an honest review. Like I stated, if I like it, I'll cop some merch or vinyl or CD. But where we stand now, I don't know. And like Wu fans, and like I'm not gonna consider myself the biggest Wu head, but I am a fan of the collective for sure. Don't ever get that twisted. But when we're talking about true Wu heads, they like to experience the group in its totality, in a sense. So if they see a project without RZA on it, off the rip, that could be an automatic turn off, So my question is, what are they doing to reel, or not even reel those individuals in, to make them aware? I know he's on tour, I'm gonna say it again. Anyone else been to the tour? Is he talking about it while he's on stage? And I'm not talking about, new album coming out July 18th and then on to the next song. I don't know, but I'm just doing my due diligence, doing my part as a hip hop head and a fan and supporter, making you aware of what's happening. So July 18th, Raekwon, midnight, The Emperor's New Clothes. available on all DSPs, and you can cop or pre-order at massappeal.com. All right, let's talk Malice of the Clipse. I just want to state that the fact that he's stating or letting people know that he's a Christian or he's not ashamed of his faith, that needs to be acknowledged, accepted, and respected. Why am I speaking on this? Because we got people in comments saying that, oh, he's a Christian gangster and all of this. First of all, you don't know nobody's walk of life. Nobody's in a position, especially we can critique verses and lines and production, but on this channel, it's rare. I can possibly state that you never hear me talking about people's personal lives, about who dated who and who's in a relationship with this one. And I try to keep it about the music, and I think that's where we go wrong as well as fans and supporters. This man, we don't know what he's been through, especially on Popular Demand. Go listen to his verse on that. You don't know what he was battling or what he was fighting. And to come back 16 years later and to be as sharp as dudes who've been here the entire time, as far as mental capacity goes and writing, we should be applauding this dude. Not talking about how he went to the church and he was a pastor, just lying on the dude. Never said he was a pastor. And now he come back to secular music. At the end of the day, man, if you've ever grown up in church, the idea is to win souls anyway, you know? So when we get to a point to where we only deal with people within the church itself or within those four walls, you already lost. You already lost. It got to be all-inclusive. Not saying you got to do what everyone else does in their personal lives, but this whole thing that he's not accepted because he believes in God and he stepped away from hip-hop and now he's coming back. Nah, people gotta, I'm not gonna say yeah, but those who believe that way, you gotta fall back just a bit, because those are his decisions, his choices, his free will. He's not stepping on anyone's toes, and he's giving you quality music. And if you listen to the verses, he's steering or staying within that lane. It's positivity. And even when he's telling the stories from the past, ultimately the goal is to give you hope or make you aware or even give you the energy to want to do better. So shout out to Malice, man. And you look at the joy that's on his brother's face to see him standing next to him. Watch the interviews. That's love right there, man. That's love. In hip hop, we're too critical about everything. I'm here for a good critique about verses, beats, rhymes, marketing, sample flips, the mix, how bad, good, or great, or pristine the mastering is, things of that nature. That's perfectly fine. But when we get into talking about who's accepted in hip hop because they acknowledge God or Jesus Christ or whatever faith you decide to go, yeah, we gotta chill. Because every man falls short. You know what I'm saying? Every individual falls short. Every individual falls short. So shout out to Malice once again, man. I salute you. Your courage, your patience, almost 2 decade absence. Gotta respect that, man.
Hey yo,